of just making decisions and just going with it.
How are you guys doing? Where's Joe?
He's pretty pissed off with me, so he's been, I think he's at his sister's house. He's not talking to me right now.
I have an OnlyFans page, and he's mad because he's just now finding out about it.
Of course I'm mad I'm just finding out about it.
Former NBA player Joe Smith is beyond angry after finding out his wife has an OnlyFans page.
Nobody but myself, so why should I have to tell you my choice, my body, my fucking choice?
That's a whole nother argument for a whole different day. But at the end of the day, he did say, "You're the one I want to marry. I want to take a chance on you."
We are in an era where you can go viral for pretty much anything. This might sound like bad news for some of you, but for others, it means dollar after dollar rolling into the bank account. This industry has always been a lucrative business. With inflation on the rise and the cost of living skyrocketing, some desperate people have run to OnlyFans to save them. And let's just say it has led to some pretty interesting situations. OnlyFans can basically be an ATM for women if they have enough clout. One person who knew this very well was the one and only Kisha Chavis, who is the beautiful wife of former NBA superstar Joe Smith. While spouses are supposed to be a source of peace of mind, it seems Kisha Chavis will be an endless headache in Joe Smith's mind. Their short partnership is already looking very rocky. How did Smith react to finding out his wife was supposed to be on the streets? Is he going to divorce her? Find out everything and more in this video. If you have heard rumors about the latest scandal rocking Hollywood, you can confirm it here. Joe Smith's wife just revealed to him that she has an OnlyFans account she kept secret from him for ages. To rub salt into the wound, she even recorded him during the whole thing, and the clip has attracted more than 100 million views in total. And this was just 2 days after posting it. Joe Smith must have been twisting and turning in his sleep because he would surely want to divorce her soon. Even though she made it clear she was doing it on her own, the former NBA player and first overall pick was pretty ticked off when she dropped the bomb on him. Can you blame him? I mean, imagine finding out your spouse is building an OnlyFans following after the rest of the internet already knows. Yeah, saying he was mad is an understatement. Joe Smith doesn't seem too thrilled about his wife's OnlyFans account. There's even a video of the former NBA forward confronting her about it, but she stood her ground and defended her choice.
You act like that's the only thing that I do. I have mad jobs, but they're not facilitating everything that needs to be done, so I got something extra. OnlyFans be breaking me off. What the fuck?
Kisha Chavis told her husband, adding a little extra spice to their marital discussions. Ex-NBA star Joe Smith's angry reaction to discovering his wife's OnlyFans journey was caught on camera. It just goes to show life after the NBA can be as unpredictable as a buzzer-beater shot. At a certain point, Joe Smith's wife hinted at the financial struggles they were facing, suggesting that she needed to go back to showcasing her body. She also claimed that he knew exactly who she was when they first met, which is to say she was a porn star when they first met. Joe Smith earned a substantial $61 million during his playing career, but it's uncertain how much of that fortune remains today. Smith's journey in the NBA spanned 16 years, beginning as the first overall pick in the 1995 NBA draft and concluding in 2011. He played for several teams, including the Golden State Warriors from 1995 to 1998, the Minnesota Timberwolves from 1999 to 2000 and 2001 to 2003, the Milwaukee Bucks from 2003 to 2006, and the LA Lakers in 2010. While he may not have lived up to the expectations of being the top pick in the draft, he did amass a significant amount of wealth. His career earnings were reported to be $61 million, but he encountered financial difficulties after retiring. Smith appeared on CNBC's Back in the Game, hosted by Yankees legend Alex Rodriguez. In this show, he opened up about the challenges of managing the millions he earned through basketball. Many people mistakenly assume that when a player signs a contract, they automatically become millionaires. However, the reality is quite different. Nobody truly explained or broke down the financial complexities to Joe Smith, and it appears he's now grappling with significant financial troubles. Consider this. Out of a $3 million salary, Uncle Sam would claim roughly $1.5 million. This was a tough lesson that Smith had to learn the hard way. Smith loved to buy a new house in every city he got traded to, and he got traded a lot, so you do the math. When it became time to move to another city, he found it tough to keep adding more expensive homes to his portfolio. Alex Rodriguez used to host Back in the Game, where he helped retired athletes deal with their financial struggles. During Joe Smith's segment, he revealed that out of the $61 million he made in the NBA, he retired with net earnings of $18 million. But Smith didn't handle his finances well. His luxurious lifestyle, poor investments, and spending created a debt that he is now trying to pay, along with his wife, Kisha Chavis. He has been in a big financial hole for a while, and he knows it. Seeing just how much he was in debt must have been a bigger surprise to him than finding out his wife has an OnlyFans. Which one would be more heartbreaking to you? We still have no idea if the OnlyFans account will be enough to settle their financial issues and become debt-free. No doubt, after the amount of clout the video attracted, Kisha might want to be cashing in even more on her page. Nothing is sweeter than a scandal in the adult entertainment business. Don't get it wrong. There are a lot of women who are sex workers and are making a killing at it. Whether it's OnlyFans or even flat-out porn, it is unlikely that these women didn't tell their husbands about their choice of work. Sure, it might be fun to express yourself in your own way, who doesn't? But that doesn't mean she has to do it in a way that brings her husband such public shame. That's absolutely nuts. What's even crazier is that she posted a video of him processing that kind of heartbreaking news for the first time. That poor man must have had the worst day of his life in that clip. It is hard to look at this video and not feel any ounce of pity for Joe Smith. There's nothing wrong with someone earning a living how they see fit, as long as it's legal. However, Kisha's actions seem aimed at humiliating her husband, and the entire conversation was quite painful. One might wonder what's driving her behavior. It's clear that Joe is under much stress and close to the breaking point. In such a situation, a wise choice would have been to end the conversation and seek marriage counseling. Instead, she chose to record it for attention and popularity. If you are a man facing this kind of humiliation, this is a clear signal to exit the relationship. Another issue that contributed to Joe's financial struggles was his extensive history as one of the most traded players in NBA history. With each new team, he bought a new house, only to lose money when traded again. In 2011, Joe's first wife, Yolanda, divorced him due to infidelity, leading to child support payments and further financial burdens. Despite these challenges, Joe continued reckless spending on expensive cars, which intensified after he got together with Chavis. They married in 2018, but their annual expenses of $133,000 far exceeded their income of $26,000, resulting in a debt of over $150,000 at one point. They decided to tie the knot in 2018, and, in a twist that could make a sitcom plot, they started spending $133,000 annually while only raking in $26,000. It was like watching a comedy where the characters refused to read the script. The result? A debt that could rival the GDP of a small country. Online sources now paint Joe Smith's net worth at a stunning $100,000. It's almost like he's playing a financial version of Limbo. How low can you go? But just to be clear, Chavis, you still could have mentioned the hidden account, even if Joe's financial status was a laughable mystery. Joe Smith's romantic history included a few noteworthy chapters before he crossed paths with Kisha Chavis. He had a long-term relationship with Yolanda Smith, but their bond hit a rough patch when Joe was unfaithful to her with someone named Deanna Marie. Joe and Yolanda had 3 children together before their divorce in 2011. Before finding love with Chavis, the former NBA player even had a relationship with reality TV star Moniece Slaughter. In 2016, Joe Smith made headlines when he announced his engagement to Kisha Chavis. They eventually exchanged vows in 2018. Unfortunately, their relationship has recently hit a rocky patch, with both parties staying mum since a particular video was uploaded. It's quite evident that Joe isn't pleased with Kisha's choices. However, in Kisha's defense, Joe has been grappling with significant financial issues in recent years. The professional basketball player hinted that Kisha might be reverting to her past habits from before they met, possibly in a more adventurous, particularly in a sexual sense. She also expressed her attempts to address various issues with Joe, but his response has left much to be desired, pushing her to seek alternative solutions. She revealed that the desire to return to her former ways of the streets was something she never anticipated. These conversations revolve around a mix of financial difficulties and emotional struggles within their partnership, making it unclear where the true root of the problem lies. Meanwhile, Chavis stated that this puts her through multiple jobs, but Smith still sees it as disrespectful. All in all, it seems like these issues came down to communication, consideration, and actually trying to help a partner through their struggles rather than shoot their efforts down. Of course, there's also the question of whether it was right to record all of this in the first place. Let us know what you think about this situation and OnlyFans debates as a whole down in the comments section below. Do you think Joe Smith should leave Kisha forever, or are you the type who might forgive her? Also, for more hot scoop celebrity gossip and up-to-date info, be sure to subscribe.